Okay, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this video. I've kind of fixed it, so I'm gonna go back. This is a coin mech that's probably in the new machines, I think. Um, this was when I came in today. People said, "Hey, I tried to use my credit card and nothing came out." And I said, "Oh, okay, so." Um, then the next thing they said was, yeah, and I tried to put money in too, it didn't work. Well, that's the first sign that nothing works, is that there's a coin jammed somewhere. Usually, it's just a coin flipped up in the top here, like a dime stuck in and holding this open. When that's happening, let's see, I thought that red light would flash, it's not. When that's held open, the machine thinks there's a coin in there and it won't allow you to do anything. Credit cards, nothing, which is a pain, and so that's a simple fix. Today's was this light was flashing, which means there's something happening at the bottom. So, by the way, to clear jams here, this opens. To clear inside here, there's a little plastic thing there that opens this. Get to any, sometimes coins will get stuck up in this thing. You gotta, check them out there. Pretty rare, but it happens. Today's problem was down here. This, there's a little thing for your fingers. There's your thumb right there. You just tilt it, and usually it tilts the way it's supposed to work. It tilts and comes out. See, real simple. Today's problem was this. When I tried to do this, it went to about right here, and I couldn't go any farther. That means there's some coins jammed right in underneath here, which is not easy, but you just got to work at it. So, number one thing, by the way, this is hanging because, sorry, I got one hand working here. This sits. When a new machine's delivered to you, these will be screwed in tight. You can't just lift this off like this, but I always loosen them up. That way I can just, without bringing tools every time, I can just lift it right off of those screws. There's 3 of them, and it sits there. And so this slides back in. We're on a pop machine right now, but so this just slides out, and if I lift up on that, see those 3 screws that hold on, fit in those 3 holes right there. So, and now we're just hanging by the cord that connects to the machine. The one thing you want to do is you always have to shut the power off the machine in order, before you go unplugging anything. To never unplug something with the power on. Alright, so I shut the power off to try to diagnose. It helps to unplug this from there. That way you can just work with this without having it hang and kind of, it's difficult that way. So what I did was basically got to this point and I just started working on this and basically finally popped it out. And what happened was, and this has happened, I don't know, 10 times in 20 some years. This, if I lay this on its back, you see that little part where you put your fingers on is on the back side. This piece right here is just a plastic piece. And it's on the bottom of the coins, you see. And it fits in there, slides in there. You should never have to touch it if everything's working right, alright? So it's in there like that. So sometimes, what happened today, that for some reason there was a coin stuck. I don't know how it happens, but this popped off of there and got jammed up inside of this, which that means when this is trying to, when it's trying to bend a coin, this whole thing right here, it moves back and forth. And so it basically got all this stuck. So once I was finally able to work this out of the machine, this was still stuck up inside here. And so once I got to that point, then it was easy. I just had to remove some coins, pop this out of there, and this guy, make sure it's lined up right. You can see how we got, you know, different size tubes here. Here's the smallest, which is the dime. So there it is. I'm just going to, so when I lay it down, I have that gap there of the bottom coins. I'm just going to put that right back in there, snap that down, and tilt it back up, and it's all good to go again, like new. So to put it back in, you just tilt, and bam, that stopped flashing. And what you want to do then is just make sure, you know, it's still going to work correctly, if there's not something else going on. How to do that: if you hold down this A button for a second, it will start to bend this A column multiple times. It just keeps going until you hit the A again. So hold it down, it'll start bending, hit the A again. So just like this, we'll hold it down. Take it out, press the A again, and it stops. And I do that with A, B, C, D, E, make a couple coins come out, and that way you know it's working fine. And I think we're all fixed. So, yep, a little more involved fix, but no tools required, nothing broke, just a jam. All right.